I'm clearly AFK right now. I just joined for a few seconds. And there we go. Buff Bills. You always notice similar people. I know that guy. Not that guy though. My net is clearly doing pretty bad, so... And he got boosted. Guess that's the advantage of me joining an outside factor. Or maybe not. Then we have noobs right here. Yesterday I also played this map. And noticed that people really don't know how to crouch jump. That elite managed to jump mainly because he has the advantage of height. Look at these few folks right here. No crouch jumping. They don't crouch. You hold crouch at the end of a jump. And Leonidas, even then elite fell. So as you can know, elites have greater jump height compared to Spartans like us, Spartan 3s. Yeah, watch me if I don't do crouch jumps, just a regular jump. I still managed to reach it at least. That's the difference. I like the Ranger Elite, one of my favorites. Because it has like a visor thingy for them. Yes, these are probably other accounts. So anyways, to a new video. I think this map is called DV3 Sorint. Such a strange name, but hey, still a name. I almost fell there. I already played this map before, but I don't think I recorded it. So the statics here is pretty nice. And I just fumbled there. I can tell you're good at parkour. Okay. Okay. My bad. Arc Knight. Never mind, I'm still pretty much terrible, guys. Keep fumbling the basic jumps when I shouldn't. Never really played at parkour before, I'm serious. Don't go here, sir. Oh my goodness, he's standing on top of me. I don't want to be there. Dino legs. Dino legs. Oh gosh. I'm not concentrated right now because I'm fixing the microphone. And you may hear noises, so I apologize. And the dogs are barking. There's a bit of a noise background. You can hear it. It's some sort of repeated noises of... It's frogs. Frogs are happy because there's water, so they're making those sounds. And our dog is barking. Maybe there's someone outside, someone passing by. It's mostly someone passing by that prompts them to bark. So yeah, right now I'm pretty terrible. Tough flip. No! I don't want to fumble the easiest jump right here. Clearly I'm washed, even though I haven't played for... I only played for a few hours, I don't know why. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So this map has a few checkpoints. At the very least, I enjoy the easy checkpoints. It's quite easier than typical normal parkour maps. Especially the one that I played into the castle. That one was difficult. Without my guide, I would have struggled. But thankfully, I do have my guide. It's Siev. And yeah, cool. Alright. Now, what sort of topic should I discuss today? I feel like discussing about... I don't know what I'm doing. Just jumping. Sprinting. There we go. And mirror rooms. I have not been there before. Buff Hills. I don't think you need to shoot me, sir. And I just fumbled that. I don't know why I'm so terrible today. Maybe because of... I don't know. I have I have some transactions tomorrow. Probably I'm gonna have to go and rent some what do you call that, formal wear for my oath taking. So yeah, I don't have that wear, so most of my classmates or people who passed the exam are purchasing their own clothes. Good for them. Currently, I am not financially stable, so preferably renting is better than buying, which is very costly. And I just fumbled there. Shocker. Let's talk about something because earlier I just saw Amazon AI bots. So, AI is going to be replacing a lot of people's jobs. Do you think that's good or not? Well, there are pros and cons. Most of the cons are job replacements, which will ruin the economy because if there's no people, there's no jobs for people. They don't have income. They will no longer be able to purchase things in Amazon or whatever online shop that they're buying. So it's understandable for the cons. Pros, on the other hand, people justify saying that innovation drives growth and more jobs, more different jobs in the future. I kind of semi agree and not agree fully. I'm a bit of a mix. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not, but it depends in the future. We will know in the future. But as of right now, I think that will be difficult to replace the jobs of people like in workers, typical worker jobs like moving crates, moving pallets, etc. now being done by AI or bots. I saw this video, I think it's from CNBC, about Amazon warehouse thingy. So potentially, AI has been booming rapidly with advanced technologies, robotics. You got Boston Dynamics doing the robotic things. There's also other companies. I also saw the Tesla thing. So yeah, the advancement of technology is remarkable, but people fear their jobs. I understand that, and to be honest, I fear it too. But luckily, I'm a bit biased. Um, I think my job is here to stay if I ever get one because why? Mainly because my job is much more people oriented. So you need people's expertise for that. I mean, I use AI for recalling the constitution. I mean, Republic Acts in my country since I sometimes forgot. But yeah, they are very valuable. There's 4 grenades for each level. I would say all 4 of these are not efficient, but design-wise, they're beautiful. So, is AI very important or not? It is very important. We need it. It makes our lives easier. Last video, I mentioned how fast it could process outputs. So with that, it is basically the most important factor is it could process output much faster than yourself. I already mentioned this in the previous video, so I don't need to drop it again. So, again, the concept of AI is over reliance, generic, blah blah blah, but it is real. It is real. You know what's real? One Piece is real. I was about to say Israel. I don't know why. It just kind of rhymes. The One Piece Israel. I don't know. Association to one country. What the flip? Archive. And that didn't save me. And now I'm fumbling. I think the odd problem is I should go here. No, doesn't work. That works better. Save jump. There we go. That's the technique. Don't hug the wall or else you'll be slowed. Spring. Bro, you almost blocked me. Luckily. I got first. Okay, is this guy. His name is Apex Dragon. Rapid Dragon. If you don't know what Rapid Dragon is, it reminds me of pallet pallet missiles. Rapid Dragon was new too, I think 2021. But yeah, basically the concept is putting a bunch of cruise missiles on pallets, then hurling them from a cargo plane, potentially making cargo planes bombers themselves. And I fell. So, if you have like 30 bombers, you got 50 cargo planes for logistics. Those 50 planes could immediately transform into the new bombers because they could hurl cruise missiles using pallets. Pallets will be dropped via air parachute. It will glide slowly from the sky, and then you can activate the cruise missile. What do you call that? Activation, and then it will deploy cruise missiles as it falls from the pallets, the one that was deployed by these cargo planes. So now you got a bunch of new bombers at a cheap price, which is insanely crazy. Logistics, if you want to fix your logistics instead of just making bases, which are very dangerous for missiles, counter batteries to be strike upon. Well, this way you got a cargo plane. It will fly on a distance far away. It will drop cruise missiles, and then by activation, it will strike the opponent. Pretty dangerous and pretty OP. So, oh crap! Why do I keep fumbling? I see these lines. So yeah, came from AI and then cruise missiles. Now what's next? Probably. Oh no, this looks evil. You know what? It looks easy. I can easily clap this. Yep, I can definitely clap this. Clap this! Come on, man. I don't like it, but... Alright. No, I jump in the wrong direction. So yeah, what if I just do it in one take? No, I think I should do it the slow way. Tonzo. The slow way because it's much more efficient. At least. There we go. Now that's where to go. Not too bad. I do remember this part since I've played this before. You know, like we can skip here via under jump or spring. Well, the spring worked there. It should prize me. So, I would like to talk about the U.S. Navy. U.S. Navy was one of the most powerful navies right now. It still is. But the problem is development and procurement. So I heard from the news, I'm pretty much active on news, that they canceled one of their ships, so that's pretty bad. Procurement crisis. Lots of changes, I heard. What the? I can spring this. I could save this myself with a grenade, but I won't. Just take your time, Tickle. Why do I keep slipping? Come on. Wow, I didn't catch that. Seriously? So I think Hyundai is the #1 biggest shipbuilds, followed by Chinese and Japanese. Not sure, I forgot. So yeah, US got help from Hyundai and some Japanese shipbuilding companies, which they will probably build some ships for the US Navy. So the recent US Navy cancellation of the ships could possibly be related to that because they decided that it'll be up to the Japanese and Koreans to build for them rather than themselves. So why did they fumble so hard? Well, it could be because of the civilian sector. There are some protectionisms that are not very good for your navy or for your country. I understand protectionism is for protecting your own interests. your own properties or corporations, but in the long run, it hinders competition because it protects your own. That means you bar others from doing it. In my opinion, I think, because that's what protectionism sounds. Correct me if I'm wrong. I could be wrong, or maybe I'm just yapping incorrectly. So that's what I think, at least. And as such, since the 1980s, since the collapse of the Soviet Union, since America has no more competition in terms of global superpower, that was before China, of course, they got lazy and offshored a lot of their technologies um, to China as a manufacturing base. Oh crap, I want to fall. There we go. I want to go here. Oh, I remember this part. Yay. Yippee. Yippee. Rocks. I'm not a big fan of rocks. But at least this one. Okay. I can clearly underjump. Underspring at least. And I am the server owner. Oh, there's only a few people left. Oh my goodness. I think the teleporter is down here. Wow. How convenient. Pretty cool map. This is called DV3 Sorint. So I don't know whoever built this. Pretty cool map. I like it. I enjoyed it. It's also compact. It's also compact, interior wise, and yeah, it's pretty cool. So I guess that's all. Thanks for watching. I should probably discuss or continue, I think, the discussion. So protectionism isn't good for the country, especially in long term, and for competition, because it hinders competition again. It protects your own and bars others from competition, and as such, um, that's one of the reasons I think that the U.S. has like limited shipbuilding. They got a powerhouse from World War II, and ever since the 1970s, they got slowly decayed. So yeah, the U.S. isn't even that strong in civilian ship sector, but because of the World War II and because of that insane shipbuilding capacity they could churn out back then, right now, that belongs to China, because China has become the world's factory. Because most of the U.S. because I think it's because of the 1970s, the U.S. and China had like contracts and treaty when I think it was like where the U.S. first went to China and then they got good because against the Soviet Union, so the U.S. kind of like offshore their technologies to China, making the Chinese build for them or for the rest of the world, and in turn the rest of the world followed suit, and as such, China got the technologies, they developed themselves, they learned, and they catch up, and eventually they become world-renowned leaders in that technology. So in short, um, pretty cool. The world has expanded because of the U.S. and China, and these two nations are the reason for the world developing today. Because of the U.S. What do you call that? U.S. globalism agenda, their globalism of interconnected worlds back in the 1970s and 80s, especially 90s, it has made the world much more interconnected and less wars until recently, because some people just want to make world burn, I guess. So that's one of the main reasons why China and the US will never go to war, in my opinion, unless something changed. Unless if like something they found something in Greenland, for example, and if they found something in Greenland and that could cover their own resources, that means they are no longer dependent on that nation, and as such, triple the defense budget, baby. Anyways, I really love the military-industrial complex, and yeah, I support it. So, in my opinion, yeah, that's pretty much it. So, US and China both benefit from each other. Without the other, they won't be where they are today. And US also is a giant consumer nation, probably the richest nation on the planet. They're just that rich, man. Like YouTube, everything. Their innovation from the US back then was crazy. Right now, China is the leading in that front. US has become complacent, but they're still leading. It's up there. Just a bit complacent. They just need to, I guess, to catch themselves again. And they got complacent after the 1990s. So, yeah. Anyways, let's summarize the content. AI, um, cruise missiles, shipbuilding, and economy dependence, resources, and geopolitics connections between these two powerful nations. One superpower, one almost superpower, and a regional superpower. Mainly because China isn't a superpower in my eyes. Mainly because a superpower has a military might that covers the planet. The U.S. has that. A superpower also has the influence of culture and everything. China isn't even the third. They're like the fifth. In my opinion, I think U.S. number one, Japan number two. Maybe Japan will surpass the U.S., but U.S. is still number one. I mean, most of the culture, the pants, the jeans, all the shoes, all the Hollywood films, action films, all references Hollywood. Everything references American pop culture, and you can't be that because it's been ingrained in us. It's become normalized that we thought that it's normal when it's actually just American culture that we have forgotten that it has become part of us. So yeah, and you got Japan, kawaii, and anime, very strong, and then Korea, soft K drama, K pop, very strong. And number four could be China, but I don't think so. I'd argue it could be um either somewhere in Europe, maybe Britain. Not really sure, but maybe China could be fourth. But yeah, they're not up there. So yeah, in my opinion, that's it. Thanks for watching, I guess. That's all. Anyways, pretty cool map. That's all.